What genre-bending movie swept the SAG Awards, won 6 Golden Globes and 7 Academy Awards? Up next on Cinema B-Side. Hello cinephiles, and welcome back to another Filming Locations video. But before we get started, we gotta handle a little business.
Oh, hello, hi there. It's me, Todd. I'm in the studio, and today's sponsor is myself. The best way to support the channel is to subscribe to my Patreon, where not only do you become a member of the community, you get early access to the B-side videos as well as watch-throughs of movies or TV shows we are covering, and other movie reactions and commentaries from a filmmaker's perspective. And if that's out of your budget, no worries, just hit that like button. It really does help out the channel with the algorithm. And of course, subscribe to get the latest videos delivered directly to you. Hit that notification bell to be alerted of the newest uploads, and please share these videos with your friends and family. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Now, other international film titles for this movie are In an Instance, The Entire Universe, Weird Woman Warrior F's Around and Saves the Universe, and So Effing Many Universes, except they're using the real word and not the F word. And if you haven't figured it out by now, today we are going to find all of the filming locations for the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. So are you ready? Let's go! All right, here it is. It all starts right here at Majers Coin Laundry in San Fernando. We're first introduced to Joy and Becky right here as they wait for Evelyn to talk to her about the party. This employee entrance door is used as the entrance for the family into the laundromat from their apartment. Evelyn and Joy walk down this back walkway in front of the dryers and the television as they argue about Becky. There it is, the dryer with the Google eyes that's quote unquote out of order. No more Google eyes! They both head down this way in front of the dryers towards the vending center. There's the laundry pickup window where Evelyn and Joy meet with Big Nose to get her laundry.
Okay, give me your ticket. I find for you.
But you want my ticket? Joy is leaning right there on the counter as Evelyn picks up the baseball bat, asking Wayman to come help him because customers need him. Wayman, customers need you. Evelyn stares up at the television with a recreation of The King and I as she wishes and hopes for a better life. Evelyn's clay pot starts to crack more and more, especially right here at the Chinese New Year's party, as she starts to succumb to the nihilism of Jobo Tubaki. And here is where the Google Eye baseball bat hits the ground right in front of the camera. So this is Kenny, this is his laundromat, and Kenny's got a story to tell us about one of the laundry machines.
So Michelle, you hit this machine with the baseball bat. In the movie.
There it is. Michelle hits the baseball bat right there.
In the movie, when they were done with it, they said I could keep it, so I fixed it. Now it's given life back to it. Give him purpose. Give him for thousands of washes later.
That is awesome. Look at
Back
that.
to life.
Baseball bat dent from Evelyn. Now this window right here is the one that Evelyn smashes with the baseball bat when she starts to lean towards the evil side. Evelyn chases after Big Nose into the parking lot to try and get her to come to the Chinese New Year party, and we could see the Mario and Sons tire repair shop right over their shoulder. The second story, where the family actually lives, was just digitally added onto the top of the coin laundry here. It doesn't actually really exist. Now, the interiors of the apartment complex was actually filmed at the IRS building. They just built a set of the apartment complex inside there. So hey, check this out. Kenny gave us our own laundry bag from the laundromat. Isn't that cool? Isn't Kenny so cool? Come say hi to him. He wants you to come say hi. He said he's had people come as far as from China to come see the laundromat from the movie. Isn't that amazing? So like I said, come say hi to Kenny here at Majers Coin Laundry in San Fernando.
Now, where we're headed to next, a massive amount of movies and TV shows are filmed in this city. Movies like The Big Lebowski, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Babylon, Captain America, and TV shows like Westworld, Little House on the Prairie, Gunsmoke, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Can you guess where it is?
Now, about 45 minutes outside of LA in Simi Valley is an abandoned CIA building. That's this building right here, which has now been converted into an Amazon delivery center. But inside this building doubled as the IRS building. They built the set for the inside of the apartment, inside here, as well as the staircase and everything where the final battle takes place in front of the Everything Bagel, all takes place inside this building in Simi Valley. It seems to me like this is the main entrance where they would have come up and gone into the building over this way, but since Amazon's here, they kind of added their own little flair to the outside of the building. But here in the back corner, it still kind of looks the same, and I can kind of line up the camera pan, and we can see the digitally added floors, so you can see that this is the same building. Now, about 5 minutes from the IRS, CIA, Amazon delivery building is the Simi Valley Town Center, where the Musashi restaurant was, which unfortunately is closed now. But Chad and Evelyn sit right here in front of the restaurant where he confesses that he's nothing without Rakakuni, and you took him away from me.
You took everything away from me.
Evelyn jumps on Chad to try and control him so they can chase after the animal control truck and try to save Rakakuni. Rakakuni!
I'm sorry, Rakakuni.
Now, I'm sure everyone watching is a huge fan of Huy Quan, our buddy from The Goonies, Indiana Jones's tour guide, and making his big screen return here in Everything Everywhere All at Once. And a little interesting tidbit I found while doing all the research for this was he did all of his own stunt work in the fanny pack kung fu sequence. Another thing that was filmed in the CIA building, which we were just at, and did it all on his second take. The Daniel said on his second take, they were like, well, I guess that's it. He was done. He did all of that himself.
We are now headed into downtown LA, and we're actually going to take the subway. That's right. LA actually has a working subway system, and not a lot of people know about it. And there's a huge movie connection to the subway system that I will explain along the way. All right, now long before this version of the subway was built, and as LA was becoming a major metropolitan area, LA itself had its own version of an electric trolley car called the Red Car. And the Red Car has a replica of it at California Adventure at Disneyland. And it was one of the greatest public transportation systems in the entire country. And so what happened to the Red Car? Well, as cars started to become more and more prevalent, GM and Firestone thought the public relied too much on public transportation, and they wanted more and more people to start driving cars. So what did they do? They purchased the Red Car and disassembled it. And if this sounds familiar to you, it's because it's the plot of the movie Roger Rabbit. This is what's called the General Motors streetcar conspiracy. You can look it up for yourself, and there's even a 60 Minutes episode about it all. I'll link it down in the description. But yeah, it was GM, Firestone, Standard Oil, and Mack Trucks all conspired together to dismantle the streetcars. There were actual court cases and fines for it as well. Now from the subway, we'll be able to get to the Theater District, Chinatown, the Arts District, close to the Arts District. So many things from the movie we'll be able to get to find the subway. Our first stop is Pershing Square here in downtown. Now here we should be able to get to the theater district and Main Street, which is where I think one of the filming locations is. So we're going on an adventure. We are here in what's called the Broadway Theater District. Some are still in operation, like the Orpheum, and some have long since been gone. And the Tower Theater's been turned into an Apple store. But here in the Los Angeles Theater is where Life Without Waymond Evelyn's movie premiere takes place. Now they're actually filming something in here today, so I'm gonna be nice to the security guard and see what'll let us get. Hopefully he'll at least let us peek inside and get some shots of the interior. Awesome, look at that. There is the staircase where Waymond is waiting for Evelyn at the top. Look at that. Here's the movie premiere. Here's the staircase and the chandelier. That is awesome. So I have been on the hunt to try and find Romance Alley. It is the most difficult thing that I have come across to try and figure out. And the only clue I have is this Instagram post from the Daniels themselves. And here is the sign that you see in that Instagram post. They also say in the director commentary that they shot Romance Alley as well as the limo scene on the same day. And so this is the parking structure where they parked on the last day of filming. And my guess is hopefully somewhere around here, we might want to pay some taxes and do some laundry in another universe with Evelyn. So let's go find it. So this is the alley that's actually connected to the parking structure. The parking structure is way down that way. And I thought that these lights and these covers, they kind of look right, but nothing seems to be lining up. I don't see the pipe anywhere or the alley with the manhole cover, so we're gonna keep looking. Look at all this cool street art you get to see when exploring downtown LA. Here's some more lights, so maybe this section of the alley is it, but look, they're having a little street fair up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a farmer's market. But again, here's some more dangling lights, but no alley, no pipe for Waymond to lean next to. This, again, almost looks right, but it's not. I've made it all the way back to the parking structure, checking down this alley, and no luck. So I'm gonna go to the next street and try those alleys. Wish me luck. Well, look at this, guys. Here it is. I can't believe it. We finally found it. Here is where Waymond is leaning up against the wall in the romance universe. Ah! I'm much taller than he is. He's down here a bit, but there it is. And you can see down the alley when he's here talking to Evelyn. And there's Evelyn's two pipes. Her leaning on the wall right here. I can't believe it, guys. It looks like this pipe actually, it had a pipe that came down here. And then she was leaning right here. What an adventure we went on trying to find this alley. And here's the manhole cover. There it is. They're both leaning against these two open doors. Oh my God, guys. In another life, I would have really liked just doing laundry and taxes with you. Here it is, right here. Boom. Our next stop is Civic Center in Grand Park. And the Civic Center stop drops us off right here in front of City Hall. We are walking down 2nd Street right now, and you can kind of see to the right there, that is the Cathedral of St. Vibiana. And inside the Cathedral of St. Vibiana is the altar to the Everything Bagel. That's right, it's right inside this church, right here. Now this is technically a Los Angeles landmark now. And some celebrity chefs have bought this and a restaurant behind it called Redbird. And sometimes Redbird restaurant does events inside the church. The St. Vibiana's Cathedral is now a historical cultural monument by the city of LA. And while we're here, we're gonna head into the Redbird restaurant, like I was talking about, and have some brunch and check out the views that we can get of the church. Now, many people rent out the Vibiana and Redbird restaurant for events, and right now there's an actual wedding reception going on here. So you too can have your wedding or some type of party here at the altar to the Everything Bagel. Links are down in the description. So I'm actually sitting right next door to the church, right here. Like right inside there is the altar. This is such a great spot with great food. I hope everyone can come and have brunch at Redbird. I'm gonna wander around the grounds and see if I can squeak in there. Like I said, it's set up for a wedding right now, but there it is. Joy brings Evelyn right up to it. They rip off the curtains and expose Evelyn to its power for the very first time. So it was even closer than I thought, because we're here on the right side of City Hall, and there's the church. There it is. It was that close. It wasn't even a 10-minute walk. It was maybe like 5 minutes. As we head to our next location, I had to switch the subway from the red line to the gold line here at Union Station. And so I just wanted to give everyone a look at Union Station because so many movies were filmed here. Do you know a movie that was filmed here at Union Station? Write it down in the comments. Look how amazing it looks. All right, we just exited one of the most amazing looking metro stations that there is, the Chinatown station. And I'm pretty sure you all know exactly what filming location we're gonna try and find next. We are here in what's considered New Chinatown, and fans of the channel know that we were here recently in Old Chinatown to get the filming locations for the film noir movie Chinatown. But here in New Chinatown on Hill Street is where the alley is that they use for the flashback scenes when Evelyn and Wayman were children. Look at that right there. There's the staircases leading up to where Evelyn and Wayman were sitting at one point, and all the disappointment from her father as she leaves with Waymond is all right here at this alley on Hill Street. Directly across the street from Dodger Stadium is Elysian Park. And when I say directly across the street, I mean directly across the street. Like there's one of the entrances to Dodger Stadium. But inside Elysian Park is the Grace E. Simmons Lodge. As the sign said, you too can use this for your wedding reception or your party or plan a meeting here at the Grace E. Simmons Lodge. You can click the link in the description. All of the filming locations will be in the description, and you too can have your party at the Kung Fu Verse, Pinky Verse. Ugh. When Evelyn first verse jumps into the Kung Fu Verse, she ends up right here to begin her training, and you can see that bridge right behind her. Unfortunately for me right now, it looks like they're doing some work on the pond here, But right there is the Pinky Fu training platform, and we can try and maybe line up some of these pillars from the movie or maybe some of the B-roll shots from behind the scenes. But there it is, Pinky Fu training platform. Yeah. And then of course somewhere inside here, amongst the trees, inside Elysian Park, is where Evelyn and Joy face off in the Kung Fu verse itself. Now here in the Arts District in downtown is this DC Stages, which is now defunct, unfortunately. It's out of business. But inside this stage is where the office was after Alpha Gong Gong reveals himself, and then Evelyn starts crazy dancing and putting hand sanitizer in her eyeballs so she can verse jump and learn all the things she needs to learn to get them out of the predicament that they're in, as well as the jail and the courtroom scene. All of those sets were built inside this now defunct DC Stages. And I have some photos of some of them, so I'll put them up so we can compare and contrast them to the movie itself. But yeah, it was all inside here at the now defunct DC Stages. Another downtown LA location is right here at the corner of Mateo and 7th Street, where Evelyn verse jumps to get her sign spinning skills so she can get them out of the predicament with Alpha Gong Gong. Let's stop in, take a break, and get some tacos. What do you think? Look at that. Come get some Garilla tacos. Well, E.T., you said there's a Evelyn E.T. in your universe? I'm having a hard time believing this one, E.T.
Now we are headed about 3 hours outside of LA to the one and only verse that's not filmed in the greater Los Angeles area, but one of the most profound verses in the entire movie. Now this is going to take us on a scenic tour of some of the great locations throughout Southern California, like Palm Springs. We are headed through the windmills section right now, and Coachella, which is obviously where they hold Coachella each year.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 145 to merge onto CA 86 South toward Expressway.
Thanks, Siri. Siri's telling us to get onto the freeway that takes us to Coachella right now.
Sure thing.
And we'll get to ride right by the Salton Sea.
We finally made it all the way up here to Fonts Point at the Anza Borrega, California State Park. Now look at this place. Let's see if we can find their perch when they overlook this valley. All right, there it is. Look at that, guys. There's their perch. Rock Evelyn and Rock Joy's little overlook of the valley as they contemplate their existence here in the rock universe. Look at that. I'm gonna get you. Now the Daniels have said themselves that they actually pushed the real Evelyn and Joy rocks off the cliff to get their shot. They didn't save them. So the real Rock Evelyn and the real Rock Joy are down in the valley somewhere. But don't go looking for them, they said, because they don't want to be responsible for anyone getting hurt. All right, everyone, I cannot think of a better place to end the video than right here at Fonts Point. So don't forget to like this video. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe so you can get more of my filming location videos, of my Emmy events, and just shenanigans all around LA. That's a wrap. I am out of here.